I'll make you famous.
Because I'm a cowboy! Oh, man!
Nuts. You thought.
And now your mama knows.
Bruce, unleash the baby god dragon! Oh man. So here's what's funny, right? My computer, right, is like it froze, right? And so I restarted it. And hold on, let me rewind back. Okay, yeah, it got the whole thing. All right, anyway, guys, this is I don't even know what to say. But technology happens. So anyway, let's get right into it. It's the Cowboy King of Entertainment. I'm back with another video, another live stream. Let me get this out the way, man. I had to fix my my fan was making noise. Like when it's on the fastest setting, it kept like rocking and hitting the top. It was weird. So I got this out. Man, y'all guys are catching me all makeshift. And but anyway, what's going on, guys? I was actually going to skip today's stream. See, I got surgery, as you guys could see, some of my scars. Got surgery about a month ago, almost 6 weeks ago. And so I've been doing physical therapy. I've been out of work. And so I went to the doctors today, and they approved me to go back to work on Wednesday. So I'm like, damn, why couldn't have been Monday? So now I got to go back to work in 2 days. So I was playing Final Fantasy 16, and I was diehard into it. I gotta be close to the end of the game. I don't even know. So I was like, you know what? I'm about to cancel the show today. I'm just gonna relax, right? But I forgot to put the post out that I was canceling the show. Then my guy Obi Rose, he texted me and said, "Yo, you streaming?" I was like, "Oh!" At that point, it was like 5:34. So I was like, you know what? Let me just do it at 6 o'clock, right? So I'll still do a stream, but I'll do it where, you know, it's an open mic. It's your topics, your rules, You guys ask questions. You guys come up with the topics. We'll put the show together. It might not even be a 2-hour show. It might just be an hour show. But anyway, let's get in there. So if you're new to the channel, I'm the Cowboy King of Entertainment. Guys, entertainment is the main part of the title in the name of the channel, because some people will get mad when we're covering gaming topics, and I like to say, listen, all I do is open up discussions, right? I'm not a journalist. I don't know everything, but I like to open up discussions so we all have some good talks. So with that being said, just know that I do vlogging. I put out a new vlog yesterday, I think. We decided to go to the chicken or the egg, a new one they built in Marlton, New Jersey. So check that out. The vlogs is pretty much you guys get to see behind the scenes. You get to see my actual life. Like I recorded me going to the doctors today, put a little video of that. That's going to come out soon. Guys, I have a really weird video. I think I was abducted last week. You'll see, but I'll put that vlog out as well. But yeah, then you get gaming stuff. You know, we're going to talk about a lot of gaming today. We're going to talk about some non-gaming stuff. But I also stream, so you get a lot of gaming. I do game streams as well, and I do reviews. So I don't think I'm gonna review this, but I just bought this today, and it's a wireless remote, wireless keyboard. The reason why I got this is the other wireless keyboard I have, which I did do a review on, is this little thing, which is cool. I like it, but what I don't like is it has the numbers at the top. And I personally like when you got numbers on the side. So sometimes, and it doesn't seem like it has all the buttons on here, or sometimes I can't find it. So I have to lean over to right there. Now I'm going to have everything at my disposal. So yeah, guys, make sure you check out my reviews, my how-to videos. I do it all because I just love to entertain. So with that being said, I'm going to grab a chair. I hope you guys grab a chair. At some point, guys, I'm going to get back to being able to hit the bag. I went to the doctor's and I asked like 10 questions. He pretty much said no to everything. You guys got to watch the video. So I still can't carry more than 5 pounds. I still can't work out. But you'll see the video. I'll probably put that video out tonight. I used to come on here and do spin kicks, but I can't do any of that because my balance is off, where I'm trying to make sure I don't do anything crazy with this arm. And if I try to spin, I'm probably going to fall. So, and I can't do any fast jerking. I can't hold on to anything like tight. So at the end of the day, I can't do a lot of stuff. But eventually, or if you guys go back, you'll see I used to hit the bag and everything. But it's going to be a while until I do that. So it's going to take about 6 months. But check this out, and then I'll sit down. Today was a breakthrough. Look how high I could raise my arm. All right, hold on. It's a little tight now. But this morning I went to physical therapy, and look at that. Like, dude, that's pretty high for me. Look at that, right? So yesterday I couldn't raise my arm that high. I'm getting really good out here, right? This is it. Like, look at that. That's pretty good. All right. Anyway, so I'm going to grab a chair. Hope you guys grab a chair. And let's get the show on the road. All right. Kind of hurts. So first thing I like to do is read everybody's comments. I call you guys the early adopters. You're the people who came into this thing first. And let's talk about it. Also, I need some help. Both out of nowhere, both of my PlayStation controllers got stick drift. This one, the right analog keep going to the left. This one, the left analog keep going to the left. I thought it was something wrong with Final Fantasy, like a glitch or something. But it's crazy. But both my remotes, I called Sony. I'm out of warranty. So that's how it goes. So if you guys know anything, I tried like everything, but we'll get into it. So first things first, I want to thank all you guys for jumping in. Make sure you hit that like button. So it's 10 people watching. Let's do a spot check real quick. I'm gonna go see how many people hit the like. Oh, not bad. 7 people hit the like button without me saying anything. That's pretty cool. I know sometimes people just don't think about it. Whenever I watch a video, the first thing I do is hit the like button because I figure that content creator, the least I could do is give them that like. But my man King C is in the building. He said, "What's up, Cowboy?" And I said, "What's up" to him too. My man King C said nothing much. And then Uncompetitives in the building. So hi there. I hope you are well. What do you think about the judge in the FTC trial having a son who works for Microsoft? I don't think that matters. Imagine if my daughter a few years ago got a job on an ice cream truck. So she works for the ice cream truck, right? And I love ice cream, right? Now, I get into a car accident with somebody and they're mad at me, right? So they go get ice cream and they're trying to sue me. So they go get ice cream and my daughter screw up their order, right? Give them the wrong ice cream cone, everything, right? Then after the fact, they find out that's my daughter. They might be like, yo, the guy I'm suing, daughter works for the ice cream place and they messed up my order. It has to be two connected. No. So I don't think like this is weird. So what did the guy say? Let me get hired because they're gonna have a Microsoft and Activision is gonna have some trial coming up one day. So I need to make sure I'm working. I don't know. It just sounds a little crazy. But anyway, so I don't really have too much to say about that. I just think it's a coincidence. That's my opinion. Oh wait, let me back up. First of all, I've been meaning to give you guys whenever somebody comes up. Let's go. King C in the building. My man Uncompetitive in the building. All right. Bio is in the building. Let's go. But I'm here. We got to talk about the money in the bank, bro. We could do that a little bit. You know, I'm supposed to have an actual stream about it, which I never get around to. But I was talking to a friend of mine, and he definitely want to do it. Let me see. King C said, I agree. Lion is in the building. Let's go. They're glad you are doing well. Get some rest. Thanks, Lion. I appreciate it, man. Let me see. I might have predicted Liv Morgan winning the tag titles. After all, I won it with her. Ooh, let's go. Let me see. FCat said Cowboys' opinion on Xbox has changed over the time. Is he getting that bag from them? Yeah, y'all guys got to fill me in about this whole Xbox thing. I don't know what's going on. I seen Doc put out a video talking about he's getting paid to say nice things about Xbox. Like, what is going on? Like, I'm so upset I won. You're so upset you won? Why is that? But I'm excited to see what she is. Oh, I'm so upset that Io won. Got you. Excited to see what she is going to do with it. Yeah, I wonder if she'll get it. Dude, is that a hand-sized keyboard? Yeah, bro. It's official. This thing is amazing and it's wireless. And you could use this as the mouse. Like, it's dope. It's really dope. I used it for what I had it for like 2 years now. Yeah, that's my only keyboard. I would use sitting back here away from the computer. Let me see. PS5 controllers are known for stick drift. I know, yo, it's like I didn't even have my PS5. I had my PS5 for a few months over a year. And I barely use my red controller. Face blue smile. Oh, let me see. Aha. Okay. Rune got put up some emojis you guys can see in the chat. What's up, Rune? Hold on, I gotta give my man Rune one of these. And I think I gotta give my man Obi Rose one of these. And you know my man FCat gets one of these. What's up? All right, let me see. All controllers these days are bad. You know what's crazy? My PS4 controllers last forever. Ever. Like the first 5 years, I never had any issues. How I got issues with 2 controllers and I bought my PS5 May 26th of last year. Like, bro, really? Like, really? Like, both my controllers messed up already? They all using the same analog technology. Let me see. Bob said, I didn't expect Damian Priest to win at all. Puerto Rican power. You know what's crazy? I said I thought Shinsuke or him was going to win. And so that was cool to see him win. I got that remote play and connected my controller. Nice. I've gotten stick drift on my PS, Xbox, and Nintendo. Been through more Nintendo than anything, but kids play that the most. I hear you. What's up, Nelson? Hold on, let me give my man Nelson one of these. Obi Rose said, dude, reach out to Lethal. His boy repairs them. Oh, bet. Yeah, I definitely hit him up. Definitely hit him up. I mean, I tried everything. I tried you press the little button in the back to reset it. I tried deleting it, reconnecting it. I tried, somebody said, if you move, this kind of almost felt like it worked. If you move this around and then you click in different spots and click in the middle, but nothing ended up working. Nothing made it stay working. Let me see. Room said, me too. My PS4 and Xbox One controller stick work perfectly fine. But now Xbox Series, Switch, and DualSense all got high failure rates. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Let me see. I screamed at the TV when LA Knight lost. Oh, yeah, I know you wanted him to win so bad. I was big mad. Let me see. But big props to Damien. Can't wait to see where this goes. Yeah, I know. I wonder if both of them are going to cash it in. Just lubricate them with special WD-40. See, I don't know if I would do that, but check it out. Went shopping today and I bought this. So I bought a can of air and I used a can of air and it didn't work. Now I do have some WD-40. I don't know if I want to put WD-40 in my remote. Is that a thing? Because I looked up a video of different things to do. I definitely didn't see not one person talking about put WD-40 in your remote. But I do have WD-40. Not regular WD-40, the one for electronics. You think that might work? Kevin Nash said LA Knight is a ripoff. Rock. You know what's crazy? I do feel like LA Knight has that. I kept saying it. He has that attitude era feeling. Like when you see him and see him talk and his catchphrases, he reminds me of the attitude era. So whether you say he ripped off Rock or not, that I won't say, but I like his vibe. I will say that. Let me see. That's how I fix my stick drift. Bro, you ain't even use your controller enough to get a stick drift. You got stick drift on what controller? Because damn sure wasn't a PS5 controller. We all know that. I'm going to be lurking. I think I'm about to beat Final Fantasy 16. Oh, wait. Room. I got to the part where you said is over the top. I was like, okay, the part I got to, I'm like, what could be more over the top than this? And when I mentioned over the top, how over the top Astra's Wrath was, you was like, oh no, they got something like that. And yeah, like Final Fantasy 16 is so wild, man. It is a wild game of epic proportions. But I am hoping that I'm going to beat it soon. I'm starting to get like, okay, like when they take those little stories, I'm not spoiling anything, and the little stories have nothing to do with the big story, but it's like it's not a side quest because it's a mandatory quest, but it feels like a side quest. I'm like, yo, come on, man, why are you wasting my time with this little stuff? But anyway, Cowboy Huff and Duster. The heck is a Huff and Duster? Let me see. Fixes the issues within 5 minutes. Don't want canned air. Okay. Well, maybe you don't want canned air. All right. Well, I did use canned air, but it ain't do nothing. Maybe I'll look up what you're talking about, but I never heard anybody using WD-40 on a controller. Can't have a match without LA Knight. Yeah. Let me see. I fixed it on my Quest 2. Works like a charm. Should be no different for a console controller. What do you guys think? WD-40 will work on my PlayStation 5 controller? So, yep, they went there figuratively and literally. Yeah, that was crazy. Now, it wasn't as epic as Astra's Wrath. If you remember the scene I'm talking about. Astra's Wrath was like so over the top. It was on that line, but just went way over the top. Way over the top. But Lion said he's loving Final Fantasy 16. Let me see. Watch a video I just posted in Discord. Someone is fixing their PS5 with it. Okay, I got to check it out. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's a short. Lion said, yeah. All right, so we got through all the chat. Here, I got something I want to show you guys. And I want to get your opinion on this. So we're going to just be bouncing all around today. It's an open mic. You guys, you know, we can talk about whatever you want. So I want to ask you guys a question. Okay. And I need some legit answers, good answers. And I'm not going to be a hater today, but what's your thoughts? One must go. So we got Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, and the X-Men. Now, this was circulating around, and I got it, and I was sharing it around. And a lot of people I seen said X-Men would go. And I'm like, that definitely has to do with an age thing because I'm 47, and X-Men was the most popular thing around, right? In my day and age when I was younger. And so X-Men was way more popular than the Avengers when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? Comic books and cartoons. So it's crazy to see you know, people were saying X-Men, but I personally picked Batman. I'm obviously the biggest Batman hater, but I think Batman has the worst villains, and Batman, like all of these people are superheroes. Batman to me is never a superhero. He's a hero or a vigilante at best. And I feel like he never really brings much to the table. When you got those epic fights and battles, he's always off to the side somewhere trying to figure something out. And personally, I could just erase Batman and I'll be great with Superman, great with Spider-Man, and the X-Men. Oh man. So let me see what you guys got to say. Doc is in the building. Doc said, I just spoke about getting paid by. Yo, Doc, I was talking about you earlier. I seen your video. I seen the topic, the title, and I asked people what is going on with this Xbox stuff. But you know me, bro. I watch all your videos, all your main videos anyway. So I'll definitely be checking out the video and see. Let me see. Spider-Man by. Ooh, Doc said get rid of Spider-Man. Doc, could you give me just sum it up a little bit and let me know why? Mr. Urban says Spider-Man has to, but it was between Spider-Man and Batman. I choose Batman because we can reach his status in real life, possibly. No, I agree though. Batman is more realistic because, again, like I said, I don't like him because I don't feel he's a hero. He's a superhero. I feel he's a hero, so that's why I would take him out of it. X-Men is number 1 for me. Superman number 2. It's good. That's a good one. Let me see. What? You got rid of Batman? Yeah, I got rid of Batman, Doc. Doc, I am the biggest Batman hater in the world. I hate Batman. I can't stand when they make him beat somebody he has no business beating. Like, dude, you beat Superman? Really? And like, they always got him figuring something out, doing something. And he's like a knockoff Tony Stark. Tony Stark is Batman with cooler gadgets, and he's a cooler person. I just don't like Batman. I don't like Batman. But the new movie, The Batman, that was really good. I feel like that embodied what I figure Batman is. Batman is a person that dresses up in a suit and he's like a vigilante. That was more ground level, realistic, and I really love that movie. Let me see. I love X-Men, but they go. The other 3 are goats. Well, let me know why does X-Men go? You gotta let me know why. Cowboy wants your autograph. I want whose autograph? Bye, Spider-Man. Let me know. You guys, whoever leaving, you gotta let me know why. 1, Batman is the world's greatest detective. 2, Superman gotta go. Oh, snap. He said Superman gotta go. Let me know why Superman gotta go. No Batman or Superman villains can go toe-to-toe with X-Men villains like Galactus. Exactly. We don't even need to get in a conversation. Now, Superman also has what's their equivalent of a Galactus? I thought they got somebody that's super giant also. I'm trying to think. Just like they got Darkseid and Marvel has Thanos. They usually have similar enemies. Get rid of Peter. Oh man, these guys calling for Peter's head. Nelson said by Superman. Yo, can y'all at least give me reasons? Don't just blurt it out. I need to know why. Oh, this is wild. This is wild. Yeah, you guys gotta let me know why. Please, please, please let me know why. Why are we getting rid of who we're getting rid of? All right, so as you guys give me that, he said Aquaman is gone. Aquaman ain't even in there. Okay, so Superman is born as F. Okay. I mean, that's fine if you just feel Superman is born. Let me see. But Superman has Darkseid and Amazo along with Doomsday. Those three are beasts. Yeah, I wouldn't even put Superman villains and say they're bad villains. I mean, dude, he got General Zod. I mean, Superman villains are legit. Batman got the whack villains. Let's see. Peter is an annoying teenager. Ah, okay. Feel you. Let me see. Superman stays because Smallville is the best superhero show. I love Smallville. Now, let me ask you this. The best superhero show based off of a prominent superhero, because I want to say Smallville was amazing, but Heroes was also amazing. That's a tough one. Batman stays because he has the best superhero video game. Ooh, Spider-Man has the best superhero movies. X-Men got average everything except comics. X-Men probably got the best comics. Have you ever seen? I mean, I know you're kind of young, but the Age of Apocalypse comic, bro. That's my best story arc of a comic book ever in my life. Like, wow. That's pretty much if Apocalypse took over the world. It got crazy. People like good guys was bad guys was good guys. It was so wild. Let me see. Spider-Man's toughest villains, in my opinions, is Carnage. Oh yeah, I know you love some Carnage. Yeah, because Carnage is like Venom, but with the chains off. Obi said 2. Let me see. Batman has the best. Oh man, I ain't even messing with you, bro. He said Batman got the best villain. Yeah, because the Joker is the greatest villain ever, right? Man, I'll beat the hell out the Joker. Superman and Lois is way better than Smallville. Ooh, I ain't even gonna get with that because I never watched it, but I know you love it though, and you already recommended me some really good shows. So I mean, you might know a little bit of what you're talking about. I don't know. 5 million per episode. Show some respect. Stop the cap, Urban. I knew somebody's gonna say something. Mama, you keep this up, you're gonna be making minimum wage like Microsoft was paying Doc. Yo, nah, I never read that, but I'll check it out. Yeah, it will blow you away, man. Blow you away. Nah, I never read that, but I'll check it out. He's laughing at Urban. Let me see. Uncompetitive said, you literally have a Harley Quinn poster on your wall. My favorite comic book character. That's dope. So my wife, she loves Harley Quinn, and she also loves Negan. They both got bats, and that's why that's on my wall. But notice, my favorite comic book character of all time is the Incredible Hulk. And as you see, he is right there. But yeah, I don't discriminate. I got the Justice League poster right there. You know, I got the Thanos glove right there, and also got a really cool Godzilla metal thing right there that Josh Warren got me. I got some Stadia controllers down there. Got a bunch of Resident Evil stuff. Batista, the Hulk, Spawn, my second favorite comic book character of all time. Alex Mercer, my favorite video game of all time, Prototype. So I got some stuff up in here. But yeah, I still rock. You know, I don't. I'm the biggest Batman hater, but I don't hate Batman. Figuratively, I hate Batman, but you know, Batman's cool. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna be lurking. I'm about to beat Final Fantasy 16. So let me ask you this, Rune. How far am I away from where you are since I just got to the epic scene? Could you let me know? Like, am I an hour away, 2 hours away? Ang Lee Hulk movie was great with Eric Bana and Nick. Yeah, stop it, bro. You don't even mean that. You don't mean that. You're messing with me right now. I think the best Hulk movie was with Edward Norton. You know, there's gonna be a Walking Dead collab in Dying Light 2. Oh, really? That'd be cool. Stop it. He said about 10 hours. Yo, this game. Anyways, but yeah, so I wanted to pull that up, guys. Let me see if I got something else. Sorry, didn't mean to do that. Let me see if I got something else I wanted to pull up. So I like to send stuff to myself. Oh yeah, I have my wife send this to me. So let me see. All right, so I gotta play volume. So I forgot what was I even playing? Like, what was this? Hey, let me listen to it real quick before I play it for you guys. All right, so my controller, let's see if it's working. Oh yeah, I know why I put this. This was funny. I'm trying to get my controller to work. My Stadia controller's been acting funny, man. It's just flashing. I had to hold down the button to get it to start working the other day. Let's see. I'm unplugging it. I guess it's trying to connect to something. All right, well, I'm gonna play this, and I just probably gotta mute it. I don't know what the hell this controller's doing, but I use my Stadia controller to use it like a headset. Okay, so yeah, I don't think this is working. All right, anyway, I'm trying to see if I could rewind this. Okay, all right, so okay, I think I got it. Hold on, I'm gonna play something for you guys. Now, listen, I'm playing some silly stuff. You know. All right, so check this out. I'm gonna have to mute myself.
Free my man Butter doing life in the box. Let's go. Yo, in hindsight, mustard has an ugly color. I'll take mustard. Man Butter doing life in the box. Let's go. Yo, in hindsight, mustard has an ugly color. I'll take mustard's musty mother and uppercut her through the upper cupboard. I'll run your cousin and your brother through the onion cutter. You belong in the dessert section next to the fluffy custard because you're sweet as honey mustard. Look at Dijon and horseradish looking like Dumb and Dumber. You guys probably f each other. And since you run with butter, my toast will never jam like your buddy Smucker. Hey, yo. Get holes in your leather jacket. Get the ratchet. Something squirting if I see ketchup packet and rip his top open like a ketchup packet. You be with the french fries, tater tots. I be on sandwiches in the spread. Translation, you small potatoes and I'm out here getting to the bread. Yo, that shit was fucking ass. Straight up mustard gas. Yo, I'm seeing tons of cash. Ask lettuce. I'm getting green like the Hulk. See, I'm a seasoned veteran in here. You see? Free my man Butter doing life in the box. Let's go.
I just wanted to play that because I thought that was pretty funny. For Mr. Urban World, Rune, the people that listen to rap, I thought that was hilarious. My wife was showing me that the other day. I was like, send that to me because I want to play it. All right, let me see. All right, Mr. Urban got a question. Say, Cowboy, question to the Cowboy. Who has to go, Blade, Spider-Man, Spawn, or X-Men? X-Men isn't going nowhere. Spawn isn't going nowhere. You know what? I'll take Spawn over Spider-Man. Spider-Man got to go. Blade is dope, man. Blade built this Marvel thing. Well, Blade was ahead of his time. I'll say that. So that's the real question. Given a choice between deleting the entire MCU Thanos arc and Hulk, then I would save Hulk for future generations. Hold up, wait. Given the choice between deleting the entire MCU Thanos arc and Hulk, yeah, I mean, but wait, is that a choice? Because yeah, I don't want to get rid of Hulk. Raja Ghul is a loser. Speaking of Stadia, has anyone seen Aminar? No, man, but I think Ron must be Aminar. Because Ron be wilding with his Stadia stuff every day. Pretty sure I spelled that wrong. Yeah, we knew who you meant, though. Obi the Golden Lion in the house. Let me see. Mr. Urban Rose, Obi Rose, I don't know who James is, but he's showing off on that app with his language accomplishments. Okay. That is pretty cool. You guys still trying to get your Spanish down? Yo, the freestyle is lit. Yo, that was wild, right? I seen that like 3 years ago. Yo, Purple in the building. Oh, let's get Purple one of these. I'd be like, Obi, Purple's in the building. He's in the building. Purple's in the building. She in the building. She in the building. Purple's in the building. Isn't that how you do it, Obi? Mr. Urban Rowe. No governments. Yeah, right? No governments, man. He said I meant Brad. Well, good thing is we're not on that app, so we don't know who the hell you're talking about. That was fun. Ketchup won the rap. Yeah, Ketchup went in. You heard he said he get green like the Hulk. I hope y'all caught that. Lion Purple Haze, what's up? Let me see. Hey, Obi. So Purple, we're just doing a little bit of open mic. So we're just talking about anything. Open chat. Let me see. Talking to Purple in Spanish. That was great. Yeah, that was funny, man. Purple Haze gifted a Now Your Mama Knows membership. Hold on, how come I can't hear that? Oh, let me see if I can hear this. Oh, there we go. Let's go. Gave Lion another membership. You know what's funny? I was looking at the list. Kay Jones is the next person I got to do. And I was actually thinking about this, Purple. So it's funny you did that. I was actually thinking, should I make a video for people that got gifted a membership? Because it's a lot of work I got to do into these videos. And I feel like somebody just got gifted it, didn't buy it themselves. But I think I'm going to have to follow through because I already did one for Holtz. I don't know. I almost want to change the rules. But guys, coming in red hot is none other than Purple. Haze is in the building. Purple, what is going on? Talk to me.
Hey, Cowboy. No, I'm just here. I thought I would get earlier versus later because you cut me off sometimes. So I don't want to get in the situation, this time.
Man. So let me ask you this, Purple. So I got a bunch of people on the list to make these videos for. And a bunch of people you actually gifted a membership. Now, some of the people end up buying a membership eventually. What I'm trying to, I was questioning this because I take a lot of time when I make these personal videos. First of all, I go track down the video. I try to go to people's channel, blah, blah, blah. So I was telling myself, maybe I should only do the video for people who actually bought a membership, because then it will save me from so much editing and work I got to do. And I feel like, that's their personal video I made for them when they became a member. But technically, if they was gifted a membership, they really didn't intentionally want the video for themselves. Does that make any sense? Or do you think that, that's...
I think it makes sense. I mean, I think it makes sense. And, you can always do it case by case, right? So.
Well, no, see, I don't want to do that because I'm one of these people where I'm either here or there. If I say, like, if I make the rule now and then be like, well, I like Obi and Purple gifted Obi-Wan, then that wouldn't be cool, because then if case by case mean I'll do it for you, I won't do it for you, and that then I feel like that's gonna get ugly. So it's either I gotta put my foot down right now and say, you know what, going forward, all the people that I made it, like Holtz never became a member. You gifted it to him, but I made him that really cool video. Took me 3 hours to make for like 5-minute video, but I get into these videos. So when I think of it, I'm like, man, that's a lot of work. And if somebody was just gifted it and did get their own membership, maybe they didn't care for me to spend 3+ hours. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
I hear you. Well, I I think, if they're a member, they're a member, whether they got gifted or not, because then they can always re-up and stuff. And I think that's
Mhm.
partly why people gift it. So that's
That's
just
true.
me.
Well, you
But
know what it is? It's like I just came up with this, like so it's my fault. But I thought, hey, what if I had something really cool? And if this is not like a YouTube thing, this is my own thing, right? Making personal videos. And so but I guess I said I would make a video for members, right? And I guess like you said, depending on how you're a member, it doesn't really matter because you're a member. But anyway, Purple, what's on your mind? What's up? You did that epic interview last week with Tequila Works. How'd you feel about that? I know obviously it was pre-recorded, but how did that feel to show the world that your interview chops and interviewing another developer, and how did that feel?
I liked it. I mean, they were really cool. So the cool thing about that interview is initially
Mhm.
I had asked to interview the creative director of the game.
Okay.
And so that's the one that we were kind of lining up, and they kept changing the date and the time.
Mhm.
And so eventually, it gets to like the day of the interview, and she sends me this email like, "Hey, sorry, we have to cancel the interview."
Mhm.
And I was like, "Oh man, what's going on?" And then she's like, "But actually, we're gonna help find someone else for you." And so I said, "Okay." And then she comes back and she's like, "So what about interviewing Raul, the CEO and founder of it?"
Mm.
It's like, "Of course, like I would love that." So she's like, "Yeah, he's really looking forward to it." And so that's how it came together. So it was like a pretty cool like back and forth. And they're actually gonna send me like a little uh like I guess to call like a gift box. So
Okay.
so that's I'll probably do like a short, YouTube short or something on
Oh
that.
yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Guys, let me just show you our Purple's channel. By the way, oh hold up, let me find out. Hold up. Let me cancel this real quick. Purple, what? Purple, you about to have me cry here, guys. Purple just gifted 5 more memberships, and Holt's got one here. Let's see. Here, let me look on here.
I just want to
All
see
right,
you do these videos. That's actually
that's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. I got like 15 or 17, I think, to make. So Holt's, Bulls for Life, Sean L, Jose's Adventure. Oh my God, Jose, and Kong the Con whatever. Yeah. So this is crazy. So this is just randomly giving people who's not even in the chat right now. Oh wow, it's kind of cool. Well, let me do this. I have to just copy this down and always make a note and put the date so that I won't forget. All right, so all purpose chat. Today is Monday, July 3rd, right? Monday, July 3rd, 2023, and Purple gift 6 memberships. All right, cool. And then put the link. All right, cool. All right, so I got some homework to do. All right, so before I was rudely interrupted by Purple, I was trying to share her channel, and good stuff, guys. So here's the channel. You guys got to check out Purple Haze content from her live videos. As you can see here, she does. This is cool. I seen you playing this the other day, and you beat Wolf Among Us. But Purple plays a lot of horror stuff, which is really cool, and Zelda, of course. And so there's live streams. She interviews people, as you can see right here. And then if you go to her videos, I love this stuff. I just watched your one. Matter of fact, I fell asleep to your video last night. That's the last thing I was watching was your Shades of Purple.
the one my final thoughts on the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I just want to get that one out there, try to be consistent with my thought process and just put a bow on it. If I'm wrong,
Yeah.
I'm wrong, but I just want it to be consistent with my thought process and what I thought. So
Yeah,
but
when I was first watching it, right, you was like, yeah, I guess I'm wrong. And I was like, wait, what? And then you was like, listen. I was like, oh, hold on. So I was like, hold on, where's she going with this? Because I read the title and then I'm listening to you, but you was like, listen, this is how I'm backing up where I'm at with it. And I was like, oh, all right, hold on. But I think it is definitely good to cover, to where you are, because at the end of the day, you were making a prediction based off of information that you have. And if information changes, then obviously that has to change your prediction somewhat,
yeah.
So it's like it's an educated guess, right? So you make an educated guess because you have information, which makes you make an educated guess. So if any information changes, to just stick with the same guess just because you came up with it from the beginning. But so I thought that was cool to put that video out there just to break it down.
Yeah. We'll
But
see. Like definitely, I know Clive. A couple other big, other channels are going the other direction. But I just wanted to, the whole thing was to just try to do different content with that purple shade
Right.
type of series. So
I think it's pretty good though. It's a good series. So Purple, I gotta get your take on this. Come on, Purple. Who gotta go?
one gotta go. Why does one have to go?
Because they have to. Just for some reason, in this hypothetical situation, one of them would just mysteriously be gone from the Superman.
Yeah.
Ooh, and why is that?
Because I feel like Batman's actually smart, right? Batman's
Okay.
pretty smart, right?
Mhm.
I feel like the X-Men, like they're different, like their diversity, they're just
Mhm.
trying to coexist, but they're special in that regard.
Mhm.
Spider-Man, I feel like kind of the same deal. Like, he's kind of someone I think he didn't ask for this, but he was given,
Okay.
this thing was kind of like that. But Superman, all he did was just come here, and just because of whatever this Earth or whatnot, he has superpowers, but he's not really that special. You know what I mean?
Hey, Purple. Hold up. First of all, he didn't just come here. My man planet got destroyed. He got sent away before his planet blew up and killed him. It was as a baby. Like that wasn't his. He didn't just say, "Oh, let me go
I'm
chill
just
on the
saying,
Earth."
like, out of that thing, so that's even more thing. He didn't do
Mhm.
anything. Like, he was just as a baby came over here. If that's
Yeah, and then he came here and had a thing in his ship that says protect the Earth people, and he made it his mission in life to save our planet. When Batman's only saving Gotham. Whatever. I'm
see,
the biggest Batman.
that's a thing. Gotham's the only thing that matters.
Yeah, Gotham is trash. They need to just burn that city down and rebuild it.
I'm just saying, like, I think Superman probably has some radioactivity around him that we've never really examined. And
Mhm.
you asked me to pick one, and now,
All right. I'm sorry. All
yeah.
right, you gave. I'm sorry. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
So
So Bio said he hope it doesn't rain tomorrow because it's thundering where he's at. Oh, Chariot Man Gaming is in the building. That's what I'm talking about. Get Superman out of here. All right. All right. Some people are mean, man. Whatever.
I agree.
Ooh, so I was gonna say you better watch it with Mr. Emerald, and here he is. I disagree with Purple. Superman took it upon himself to save the world. He literally flies over the earth, listens, and flies towards any chaos without second
See,
thought.
that's kind of reckless. He should allow the authorities to do this stuff. You know what I mean? That's
Hey,
like, like, what do they say during an active shooter? Don't be a hero. What is this man trying to do? He's
o-
trying to be. No one called him. No one
only
called him. This is
only Purple
that
would spin it.
person. This is
Listen, hey,
that
Purple.
person who like drives around his neighborhood. Okay, self-appoints himself as like the neighborhood watch. Okay, and then it's just gonna
Yeah.
do it. Like, I'm sure there's quite a bit of victims of Superman that we don't hear about, where he
Oh
accidentally killed
yeah,
someone. There was a misunderstanding of something because he's not smart. All the other ones are, doing their thing. So I'm gonna double
yo.
down on that.
Only Purple would say the Superman. Yo. Anyways, hey, have you watched The Boys?
I've only watched a few of them. It didn't grip me as a
Okay.
TV show. But
Because when you know how you were just explaining Superman flying around, minding people business, and Batman, driving around. The Boys kind of cool because it's like a realistic feel to being a superhero. So it's like more like, oh well, why is this person more popular than that person? They out there doing crooked stuff just to become more popular and all that. So it's kind of funny as you were describing Batman and Superman, I'm just hearing The Boys in the back of my head.
But yeah,
It's
so
funny.
that's how I think of it. I mean, he is the yeah, he's that neighborhood watch person, self-appointed.
Neighborhood watch. Maker Chaos in the building. He said, "Rest in peace, Xbox and Sony. Nintendo, the only reliable company in gaming." What's your thoughts on that, Purple?
But y'all know I like Nintendo. I mean, Nintendo has a game that I like, and they've been delivering on it. But I think
Mhm.
Sony obviously has good games. Xbox has good games.
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't know why it would be rest in peace. I mean, they all have their advantages and disadvantages.
That's just Maker. Now I got a hot. What do they call it again? A hot. Not a
Topic?
hot topic. No, what do they
Hot
call it
take?
when you
Hot
a
take?
hot take? Yeah, hot take. So I know people don't get mad at me, and I said this in the Discord. I'm gonna say it out loud. So let me read this real quick, and then the internet's gonna find this, clip it, and roast me. Okay, Purple with Homelander comes at your. All right, so he saying Homelander is gonna destroy your Xbox. Let me say our world is so jacked up because of Superman. Listen, bro. Anyway, so Purple hot take. Or actually, I need to make this. I started a new thing called Cowboy Epic Takes. So I'm gonna have to make this a Cowboy Epic Take. So Final Fantasy is cool. It's epic. I'm enjoying it, but I got gripes with it, and I personally think Forspoken might be better. And I know people say Forspoken was terrible and it was trash, but Final Fantasy is super hyped. It's over the top. It's stuff I like, but it's not a good looking game. It's like they got three different people who worked on the graphics of the game, and like one of them is really good, and that's the least amount of times you see the really good graphics. And the rest of the game is super bland looking, very dull, very faded out colors. And the story is like it have its highs and it had these super lows. And I'm like, what are we doing? I don't know, Purple. I think it's a good game, and I can't wait to beat it, but I think it's a mess. It's like so good and bad. It's weird. It's very weird.
I mean, as someone, so y'all know I don't have a PlayStation 5 yet, but I'll say this about the game. When Forspoken first came out, I didn't quite understand a lot of the negativity towards it because it looked like it was going to be. To me, it looked cool,
Right.
like the way it was kind of had this parkour take to it, kind of a hack and slash take to it, kind of like and y'all know I like hack and slash, like Darksiders. We talked about those are my type of games. Had a decent story to it. Final Fantasy, and I am not a Final Fantasy fan or hater, and it's just been kind of a different type of game that I never really got into. But I'm not gonna say one's better than the other. I'm just gonna say I think Forspoken was a lot better game than the reception, that it received. And the way I kind of like compare it to is another game that came out like Redfall came out and it wasn't well received either. But to me, Redfall still seemed kind of empty. Like it just never excited me. as where Forspoken always I thought was had elements that were pretty solid.
Yeah, honestly, from somebody who beat Forspoken and I played a little bit of Redfall, I agree with you. They both got kind of like, dogpiled, but Forspoken is clearly a AAA game. Like Forspoken, the graphics, like I said, like hopefully Rune don't jump in here because he was, upset with this, but Forspoken looks better than Final Fantasy. Like it does. The character models, like they literally motion capture real people. And it's funny because he took a screenshot of Final Fantasy characters and Forspoken characters, and I'm looking at the judge in the screenshot, and that's like the black lady, the judge. She's a real person in real life. And I'm like, wait, what? You try to say those characters look bad versus the made up Final Fantasy characters? But anyway, like Final Fantasy is a great game, but I just feel like playing it. The cool thing is I was a big fan of Final Fantasy VII, the original, years ago, back in the 90s. And so for me, I could look at Final Fantasy and just really judge it as a game and not as a fan of this or that, right? And just judging it as a game, it's really good, but it has some really bad parts to it. And so it's like, man, when I played the demo, guys watched it. I was blown away. I gave the demo a 10 out of 10 on my first impressions. And I was like, man, I think I want to beat this game. After playing it, I still want to beat it, but it is it's kind of a mess. Like they have, like when people complain about frame rate issues, which I don't care. But man, when you're running around, I don't have a frame rate counter. Well, I could put it on my monitor, but I don't put it on. But it's going like the background gets all blurry, and the people who have problems with that, man, they would eat this game alive, right? So I haven't heard anybody complain about that yet, which maybe because it's Final Fantasy, so they're being biased. But yeah, it's like the worst. Like I can't even think of the last game I played that was worse than Final Fantasy when it comes to the frame rate issues. Like it's very, very bad. But yeah, it's hack and slash though. Like you would like it. I mean, it feels like Devil May Cry. Like it's hack and slash. Like
that's what Legend was saying. Legend was saying that because he likes it a lot, and he was saying it's more hack and slash than basically any of the other ones, right? And so I remember Fantasy was like more like a turn based.
Yep.
Right. And so I never really got into that. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. Like I said, I don't have a PlayStation yet, and so it's kind of a moot point.
See, look, we already got haters. Bio said maybe call it Cowboy No So Epic Takes. Well, my first epic take was kind of cool. I did the first and only one I did, but I did it about the submarine, and I just said I'm disappointed in the memes. And mind you, I don't, listen, people they have the right to be creative. And so if you take somebody's tragedy and be creative, it is what it is. So I'm not disappointed. I'm not upset with anybody. I wasn't angry at anybody, but I was just disappointed that people were sharing memes around. Now I get when the people was first went missing, so you didn't know they died yet, right? But then like a day later, when you found out they only had 24 hours of oxygen left, the memes was rolling in. I was like, bro, these people might die in a day. And then when you found out they did die, the memes was rolling in. And I was a little upset with a friend of mine because we were in a group chat, and she just kept just going in with these memes. I was like, yo, you do know they died. She was like, and I was like, damn. Like, now I get it. They were funny. I didn't say I didn't laugh, right? But I just feel like I personally wasn't sending any memes around. Now, maybe a week from now, you might catch me sending them too. But I feel like there's a time and place. And I'm not saying everybody got to be me, but that was just my epic take. I just felt like, man, it's a little too early for these memes. And this was like a week ago. So maybe the statue.
Statute of limitations. Yeah, statute of limitations. Is that what you're about to say?
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, maybe the statute of limitations on the memes of somebody dying is probably over now. So, but
I think when it came to that, like, I was kind of in the camp that I thought they were dead from the get-go. Just like I was like, something goes wrong that far down, you're kind of dead. But the only thing I was kind of critical of is why were they doing so much for these 5? like that's the only thing I was kind of critical. Like I was a little
So
bit like,
my answer to that is somebody mentioned that too, and I said, well, I'm just a regular human being, right? Now I found out that there was the whole thing with all the people on the ship. There was the leaked emails. There was a lot of stuff going on in the world around the same time. Me, just an individual. The submarine is the most interesting thing to me. I probably sank like 20 hours in watching videos. My wife would be like, we were driving one day and she was listening to TikTok, just right. And so it's coming through my car, it's loud. No, it wasn't coming through my car, but we was going to Atlantic City, right? Long drive. So every time submarine thing came, I was like, oh, let it play. She's like, oh my God, I just played like 3 in a row. I was like, yo, it's interesting. So to me personally, I just think it was the most, to me, it was just really interesting. It was a really interesting topic at the time. It was like, are they dead? Are they not dead? They got 24 hours. It was like a movie, but it was real life. And I was like, oh, snap. So for me personally, I just think the news, they want to make the most money they can, right? And that's by viewership. So I think they just want to cover the thing that had people intrigued the most. That's all.
no,
That's what I think.
I'm not saying the news. Like the news, they can go spend their resources however they want. But
Right,
you
right.
had basically like multinational effort, military, like to just move one of those military, like to put something on a C-17 and move it, that costs like almost $1 million per flight. That's what I was annoyed with. There's been so many missions I've been on, and we'll be like, nah, we're not sending soldiers over there or something. And it's like, for this? To me, it just seemed that I was more annoyed with the response.
Maybe because it was on the news. So right. So think about it, right?
No, you're right. You're right. They had to do something.
Something happens behind the scenes, nobody know about it, right? But if something happens while and the whole world's watching, people are going to be like, nobody's doing nothing. And here's the problem: everybody want to cancel everything. So if the military didn't send C-17s or whatever, you're going to be like, yo, y'all did nothing. And the United States, we try to save face, so we got to look like we doing everything impossible.
And you heard that the Navy knew, like you're right, like the Navy knew it was like
they knew. Yeah, they knew they died on the day one.
Signature. They had the sound signature to say that's an implosion, like an hour after it went off. So or went down. So they probably, you're right. They had to like kind of play along with it.
Yeah, but the Navy thing was deep. So it was an hour and 45 minutes after it went down. But they said I guess what they used was like top secret, so they kind of couldn't say, like they couldn't announce it right away. They had like a certain time frame they had to wait. But that was like an interesting thing. It's cool too, or what's interesting. I gotta make a video. So I was arguing with some guy or debating, or not even debating, but I watched this video, and so I sank a lot of time into this, right? What's crazy? The world was like, oh, these rich people are just stupid. Why they go down there, right? Risking their lives. But what people don't realize is that trip down would have been their 4th time going to the Titanic. So almost 99.9% of the videos you see, no one ever says they've done this before. They make everyone think there was experimental, which it was experimental submersible, because it wasn't a real actual submarine. I'll tell you, I put too much time into this, but they never let you know that no, this has been done before. They give you this illusion that these guys are so rich, they spend $250,000 a person, and they want to be the first people to go on this world, the only 5-man submersible in the world, which it was, but not realizing like, no, he was doing this for a couple years. And so he did 14, he went down 14 times and took, I don't remember the number, but a lot of people, right? So,
which was ultimately,
so I think that's interesting.
Which was ultimately the downfall of it, right? Because the structure was composite, and every single time he went down there, he compromised it a little bit more, a little bit more. So
true. And and it was his fault too, because he waived getting it with the I guess it's called a something society, where they would inspect your thing every 2 years. He didn't want to do that. So by not doing that, he didn't have somebody to go over his ship or his submersible, and they could say, oh yeah, bro, this is this isn't good, right? But he didn't do that. So
well, like I said, I just feel bad for the kid. That's the one that I kind of like,
he was 19.
19, trusted his parents, you know,
Yep.
and
Didn't want to go.
then, well, the mom came back and said that he was looking forward to it.
Hmm.
So I don't know what the story is, but that mom is
Well,
she's
yeah.
not
Well,
distraught. So
so here's what's crazy though. So so I got to tell this story. This is crazy, right? So it was a father and son that was supposed to be on it before that father and son, and the son, he was 20. So this son, they went out to see the submersible. They looked at it, and the son told the dad, "Say, I don't feel comfortable. I don't want to do it." So the dad told the guy, the CEO, "Hey, I don't want to do it." So the CEO, he flew out to meet the dad in Las Vegas, right? So they did an interview and everything with the son and the dad, right? So the dad said, what the final thing that made me say no, because the guy was like, listen, let me explain it to you. So he flew out and he said there's 3 airports in Las Vegas, and the guy used like this smaller airport. So he said, oh, he called him, said, hey, I'm at the airport, we can meet. And he said, why are you at that airport? He said, oh, I just flew into Vegas in my experimental 2-man plane. He said this guy flew into Vegas on his experimental 2-man plane, trying to get me to go in his experimental 5-man submersible. And he said at that point, he said the guy's too risky, and that made him say no. So the crazy thing is, when he said no, his 2 spots freed up, and the other guy and his son took his spots. So they would have been dead. And I was watching the interview like, yo, what a call. That's
yeah, I
crazy.
mean, you gotta, like I said, I don't know. To me personally, I just don't know why people want to. This is someone who was in the army, right? Deployed numerous times. But I think like if you can prevent putting your life in the line like that, you need to, because
See,
uh,
I gotta disagree with you, Purple.
go ahead, go
And and
ahead.
and, and this is what I got. I was talking to somebody. They was like, yo, rich people. I said, listen. And I was talking to my wife. It was a bunch of us, right? I said, if we had a lot of money right now, you know what my wife and I are gonna do? Unanimously, we could be in the different rooms. As soon as we get extra money, you put me in this room, you put her in this room. We both gonna say, oh, we're going to Hawaii, because that's where we wanted to go for our honeymoons. It was a little bit too expensive. We went to Mexico, loved it, but we still want to go to Hawaii. So that's probably gonna be one of our first trips when we move to Florida. Kids are grown. We're gonna go to Hawaii. Now, if I had unlimited money, and you said, what would you do? I'd be like, bro, I've been to Hawaii like 80 times. That ain't nothing. Then somebody be like, bro, they got this ship that's going to the Titanic. It's only $50K. I'd be like, oh, bet. I think people with a lot of money, they rationalize things different, because they do things you and I, like you say, hey, Purple and Cowboy, you trying to go? Man, do I look stupid to you? You and me gonna be like, you got me messed up. I ain't going in that thing, right? But these people with all this money, their level of foresight is different than ours, right? Because they can snap their finger and get on an experimental 2-man plane and go to Las Vegas like dude did, right? So they could take a helicopter to fly somewhere, you know what I mean? Like, so I think that's the only
It's a
thing I give them. Go ahead.
it's a certain personality type with a lot of money.
I agree.
Okay, so, right. So that's what I would say. Like, because, like, look, I've jumped out of
Hey,
planes.
Purple, you're like, I don't care how much money I got. You ain't getting me going down there.
No, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not swimming with sharks. I'm not doing stuff like
Okay.
that. You know, because, like I said, I think once you've had, like, oh man, that feeling, like, man, I could have died right there, and
I
it
got
sets in. You don't have that, but there's certain people who are like, yo, let me continue to push it. Because in New
Right.
York City, we have like this exploratory, like the group they were part of,
Okay.
I forget what, something Explorer Club. I know some people part of that group that like go hike up to Mount Everest in cave.
Yeah.
Like I know some people like that. And they're always like, oh, I gotta do the next thing, I gotta do the next.
Mm.
That's not me. Like I would rather be like, okay, let's go do something to help other people, like
Okay.
learn how to read or something like that. Not
So you might be the person to go to like Indonesia and helping the little kids read.
some go to Indonesia, go to New York City. Shit, I don't need to go across. You know, like go to
Yo.
Twitter. go to Twitter.
Go to
You know,
Twitter.
the number of people who can't read but yet are now FTC lawyers. Holy jeez.
Oh man, yeah, you need to help them read, right?
You know,
Yo,
like
Purple,
there's
you
so
wildin'.
many people. I'm surprised we ain't getting boosts in law school applications right now. There's so many people with law degrees walking around. Gee.
Wow.
But yeah, no, that's just how I think. But that's again someone who's been like out in the middle of nowhere, Iraq, and been like, you know what? Someone could snipe me right now. There's nothing over here. So
now that makes sense though. Yeah, you know what? The cool thing, I think what you're speaking on is outlook, right? It comes down to outlook. People, I love what you said. You said not everybody with that type of money is trying to do that stuff. And it comes down to outlook. It's the individual who you are and what you're willing to do if you had, you know, money like that. But let me show you guys this though. I wanted to pull this up because and I'm gonna do a video at some point because I done sunk so much hours into this thing. But check this out. So how many expeditions did the Ocean Gate submarine make to the Titanic? When were they? All right, so I'm gonna go down to the spot that they talked about. Obviously, I read this a couple of times, but so it says, while generally successful, those expeditions hadn't been without their own problems. This fatal dive would have been the vessel's 14th trip to the remains of the Titanic. So it's interesting because a lot of people literally think that was the first time. It says, and this wasn't the vessel's first trip to the Titanic. Earlier expeditions had been planned as far back as 2018, but technical and regulatory snags have prevented them from being carried out. It wasn't until 2021 that then again in 2022 that the Titan made the first of several dives to the most famous shipwreck in the world, blah, blah, blah. So I just wanted to put that up because it's crazy when some people are like, man, they stupid as hell. Like, why would they? And some people are like, that ship could never make it down there. I'm like, it's been down there a bunch of times, you know. But so I just wanted to pull that up.
No, I got no, like yeah, obviously it made it a couple. I mean, the pilot, the one, he's like the Titanic expert.
Co-pilot?
Like the one like they would get down there and then they would hand the controls to him. He was like the expert of the Titanic. He had made the trip 25 times. So he was like the older, like he was like 77 or something. So
oh yeah, and you know what's crazy? James Cameron, they interviewed him. And you know, he said, you know, he definitely thought, you know, that thing was gonna have issues. He said he'd been to the Titanic 33 times. And so there was somebody that was like, oh, why would he go that deep? Oh, it's my friend Josh Warren. He was like, you know how deep that is? And James Cameron was like, he's been 3 times deeper than the Titanic.
Yeah, no, James Cameron, but they should take James Cameron's thing. James Cameron did a whole bunch of research on it and stuff. But you know, it's hindsight 20/20, you know, coulda, shoulda, woulda. I'll just say this. Purple is not going to the Titanic. Not in this lifetime, not in the next one, and not in the one after that.
Hey, listen, Purple, when I get, you know, make my millions and I create my experimental cowboy, it'll be a cow shaped like a cowboy hat sub. You're not gonna roll with me?
That thing ain't even gonna float. It ain't like nah.
Wait, I don't need it to float. I need it to sink, Purple.
Yeah. No, see, that's the problem. Yeah, it's gonna go straight down.
Because we ain't coming back. If you're like, we ain't coming back, hold up.
I will be like, you know, I'll make a purple shade. Like, hey, I knew Cowboy. I tried to talk to Cowboy. He wanted to go down there anyway, and I let him. And
you're gonna be like, listen, I told him, listen, we definitely doing it, Cowboy. I'm gonna be there. Just get everything ready. And then I didn't show up, and he went and did it without me. So yeah, I let him do it.
That's what happened. But no, that's like I said, people do what they want with their money, and it's their life. So
yeah, I mean, you know, who would have known? Cherry Man said the situation for the submarine is terrible all the way around. Let me see. You in New York City, Obi? Obi is not in New York City. We're gonna go get shades of Cowboy. And look, Mr. Byron Plays is in the building. Have you seen him in a while, Purple? I've seen my man Paul in the middle.
Like a month ago. I saw him like a month or two ago.
Yeah, it's cool. Good to see him popping up. Man, I was Primo was streaming earlier today. That was cool. I was watching him, and then some big head dude named Obi Rose came to my house, knocking on my door, and I had to do something for him. And then I jumped back on and was chatting with Primo. So that was cool to see. It's cool to see some people are still doing their things. There's some people that's like gone. Jeff still does his thing every so often. It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Yeah, no, I was on Lo-Fi's channel today. I was on
Really?
the Squids yesterday. Because,
Okay.
Squid had a cool thing going on in the morning, and, it just
Mhm.
kind of dropped off there. I've seen Windstar around a little bit, main games kind of caught by. So, yeah, I think there's still the community's
Cool.
still there. I just think, it's like, Stadia was just a unique thing. It brought so many different people
Yeah.
together. And it's trying to, like, just people, different people.
So did Lo-Fi have like the Monday morning thing? Like,
He was playing a game,
okay.
some space game.
Okay. I was watching my guy Rude Diggs and Duragon. They was doing a PlayStation show today, so I was watching them earlier.
Yeah, no, yeah, and I catch Rudigs all the time with Nads in their show. Doragon's gonna probably be a guest on Shades of Purple.
Oh,
Sometime.
that's gonna be good. Yeah, hey, do me a favor. If you could write this down, just say, hey, I got a question from the cowboy. He want to know, why do you wear skirts? So, I'm just, if you could ask him that live, I would love to know why did he have that skirt on. But
I never seen his pants on or anything like that. So,
well, I'm just saying, if you remember, that's all.
all right, it'll be a recording, so if I can remember, I'll definitely ask him.
Fair enough. Sorry, Cowboy. The signal in the sub is pretty crap. Hey, listen, man. Don't worry. My sub is gonna be dope. I'm gonna get Purple on the sub. You just know that Purple getting on the sub.
I'm good. I've been watching a lot of these. And I've been watching them for the last year. Like these cave divers. Like that's like another thing that's not good. Not good. Caves, diving, too many accidents.
Yeah, I seen so my son is going to the Philippines in November, and my wife was watching this video, and she was like, "Oh, we should show Eric that." And it was like this cave in the Philippines. So it's it's a cavern under the ground, and you're in the water, right? You have to lay down on this like a raft or whatever, and you can't pick your head up because you would literally hit your face on the roof. So if you're claustrophobic, it ain't happening. But you lay down, and when you finally get through, you can't move. Like as you're looking, like the top is almost touching you, right? It's like being getting an MRI, right? And when you get through, it looks beautiful, but that's the way to get through it. Or you could jump in the water and try to swim. And it was cool because my son's been doing so much research on his trip. And he was like, "Oh yeah, I already looked that up. We going there too." He's gonna be gone for 2 weeks, so I think that's kind of cool. His first time getting out of the country, but yeah, some crazy stuff out there people do. Oh look, your favorite person, Purple, my man Q Beanie. Say, hey Cowboy, I'm on vacation with the fam, just checking in. Happy 4th. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Q Beanie came on the show the other day. It was cool. It was like you and me. He literally like had, let's talk about this, that. And we just went on a whole show with him just coming up with a bunch of stuff. It was kind of cool. Obi said that's going to be a great interview with Duragon. And so Purple, have you heard about the 2 kids in Las Vegas that said a ship crashed in their backyard and it was like 9-foot aliens?
Yeah. They called the police. Yeah, you showed it. You showed it.
Yeah. So here's a little update. Check this out. It's real short. I want you guys to check this out.
Well, a family who called 911 claiming to see aliens in their backyard has now hired an attorney.
And today, that lawyer is asking people not to trespass, as our 8 News Now investigators have reported. The family called police back in April saying they saw so-called beings in their backyard after this bright flash in the sky. Scientists say that flash was a meteor. In a statement, the family lawyer telling us, quote, the family members all recall seeing 2 very large 9-foot, maybe 10-foot tall non-human life forms in their yard. Although they had asked Metro Police not to disclose the story of what happened, the story was leaked to the media, and the distraught family has been inundated with curious visitors. While sources did not tell our 8 News Now investigators about the response, body camera video and officers' responses to calls, even 911 calls themselves, are public record in Nevada.
Now, several new laws passed in the Nevada legislature are also taking.
Unmute myself. So it's funny because they mention that, and it's like you didn't think people was gonna be trying to go in your backyard. You know, some crazy people out there. You probably got people coming through with the little Geiger counters trying to see if they could detect radiation and whatnot. But that's crazy. Now they got a lawyer to try to stop people from going in their backyard. But yeah, I was watching some other videos on that, and they were saying how it definitely, some guy who's an expert said it doesn't look like anything crash landed at all. Something would have made a bigger dent. Blah blah blah. So people are thinking they made it up.
Go. Here's why I would say, I'm not saying they made it up, but here's like, I go by the averages, you know, like that's how I get that case. I look at the averages. All right, now let's be very honest here. Let's say some 9-foot, 10-foot alien crashes in your backyard or whatever. Let's just say let's say it's like an alien, a xenomorph, crashes in your backyard. Are you going to stay in the home and be like, yo, they came by? No, you are going to get out of there, whether it's a predator, whether it's a xenomorph, whatever it is, you're going to be like, I'm not going back to that house. They can keep my shoes. They can keep my makeup. We're going to the relative's house. No, these people, you would do that if someone just like came by and burglarized your place. Like you just saw some people don't even come back to the neighborhood if they see a dark-skinned person in their neighborhood. They're like, oh, there goes the neighborhood. You're going to tell me that these people saw not one, but 2 9 to 10 foot aliens and just were like, you know what? We're going to stay. Oh, this is not how, that's not human emotion, right? That's just not human emotion.
You know, it's Purple. This is crazy. So that thought never crossed my mind. This is why Purple is the GOAT. Because I don't know why I didn't think of it that way. But hell yeah. Like, oh yeah, they was walking. Bro, man. And remember it was describing them. Their mouth was all wide and elongated. I'd be like, what? That sounds terrifying listening to them. Describe what they look like.
Look, you know, like if you ever, you know, when you were younger and you went to like that aunt's house, that cousin's house, or even your grandmother's house, and it had a large roach in the place, and you're like, we ain't going back there. There's a large roach over there or something.
Right.
Oh, you gonna tell me you gonna do that with an alien? No.
With an alien.
No, I don't even go to like if I saw like if my friend's place and we saw something like that, I'd be like, I ain't going back. Like that's cool. We can go meet up at the diner, at the restaurant, but we are not meeting up at your house in your town. I'm sorry.
No. You know what? You're so right. Like, I didn't even think about it, but yeah, they just casually, like when you watch the video when they're like telling the cop, and the one guy, I guess he's their dad or whatever, he's like, oh, well, they said it. This is why they explained it. And they're just all like, yeah. And I'm like, they got to be stoned out their minds but yeah, that was too casual. You're right. And then just like, all right.
Especially if they're saying it's the way they described it. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like anything that happened to your neighborhood, like, oh, they got murdered over there in the house next door. You're moving out. Like
For
this
real.
is not like I don't know. Like this, you just look. It's you. I just go by the averages. Will some people stay? Yes, but the entire family, no. You would have had one of them saying like, "Yo, deuces, y'all do your thing. I'm gonna go do my thing."
Man, we going to the hotel in the next town over.
Exactly. Not 4 out of 4 are gonna stay. Maybe and like 1 out of 9.
And Paul do have a good point. And I mean, we always say this, but he said, where's the footage of the 9-foot aliens? They have cameras on the phones, and we carry them around. Like, this is what I don't get. I'm telling you, I'm dying because I have to get a clear video. So if those 9-foot things, I'm getting close enough to where, like, I'm sorry, like, Yeah,
It always
I'm getting
happens. It
footage.
always happens. I'm just saying
Getting footage.
that's how I would say that
Wow.
that's you just gotta do human emotion. Like we take these things out of like context. Like just put traumatic experience
Right.
X, what would you do? And if they don't do that, then you know they're making it up.
I didn't even think of that, but yeah, that's definitely like remember when what was the movie with Samuel the Negotiator? Remember when that came out and they kind of let the I mean you probably knew about this already being what you do for a living, but the world they let the well this was kind of a while ago. You're kind of young, so but they would let the world in on the whole like if you purple, I keep telling you I'm older than you. So if you let they in the Negotiator, right, they was like, oh, look at their eyes. If somebody look up to the left, they're lying. Like, so before that, I never remember like trying to pay attention to human like expressions, right? They was like, hand signals, usually when somebody's just telling a story and they don't move their hands, they could be making it up. Like, so when the Negotiator came, I was like, oh, snap. Then, you're trying to read all your friends and whatnot. Yo, this chick lying, man. But yeah, it's like, you're right. It's certain stuff that human beings would just do, right? So for you to just be like, oh yeah, 2 9-foot, because he was like 8, 9, or 10 feet tall. Oh, and you just in the house comfortable, huh? You just calling 911 from the couch.
No, it's all like you would do. It's you either like fight, flight, or freeze, right? The three you fight. So either they saw it and they would have been in a state of shock. They saw it and they would run away, or they saw it and they'd be like, "Yo, we need to get the army, the Bing, But no, they're just like, yeah, they came by and we were watching the TV on the DVR, and come on now, like for real.
They was just like, yo, dude, look at that, bro. Yo, bud. Paul said he's gonna take a selfie with it and put it as a short.
You might
get the video. You might just see his head getting ripped off.
It could happen. I mean, like that's probably is gonna happen. Like when aliens really come, you will know that they are really here, because if they got here like that and they know about our population, they just gonna kill you, because they're gonna be like, you have a disease, you have something, you are bad, you are dead. Like that's when you know aliens are really here.
Yeah, what's deep is I love what you said. It's not even, oh, the humans are dangerous. You said you got a disease. They're probably gonna be, yeah, you're right. They're probably gonna be like, yeah, y'all got guns and weapons, but y'all carry like diseases and stuff that's probably more harmful. And Uncompetitive said neuro-linguistics program. Okay. But yeah, that's just deep though. But I what I've been doing, Purple, is I've been telling myself I need to be consistent. And what I mean is I love talking gaming, but I equally love non-gaming stuff. And the thing is, if I want people to watch and be like, oh, yeah, if it's gaming topics that happen, I know Cowboy's going to cover it, but I don't know what non-gaming he's going to cover. And so I told myself, like, when it surprised people, like, oh, you talking about that? It only surprised them because I'm not being consistent. So I need to, every episode or every time I do one of these things, I need to have a couple little non-gaming stories just to throw out there.
And I want to answer Mr. Urban World, aka Chris's comment right now.
Okay.
And that's okay, Urban. Let's think about it. Let's think about when you play a video game. Let's like in Age of Empires, you create an entire civilization. And let's say that's what the aliens did, right? They created this civilization. We've been here for, some 100,000 years if we go way back when. What do you eventually do in Age of Empires? You eventually destroy your civilization. You're like, yo, let me go destroy this castle, because you get bored. You know what I mean? You just don't let it go. You're just like, I'm kind of bored. Let me go do. What do you do with your ant farm? Oh, I'm kind of bored. We want to do something else. That's what you do. So if the aliens even created us, guess what they would probably do? Well, we're coming down here for a reason. We want to change something.
Right.
That's what you do. Like if you created a garden in your yard and you have a bunch of pansies, a bunch of lilies, you look at it, right? But when you go over there and you have a shovel, guess what? If you a pansy or a lily in the yard at that moment, your time might be up.
It might be a wrap. Let me ask you this. There's some interesting stuff, right? So they say we know more about space than we know about underwater, right? So let's get on space for a little bit. So it was crazy when I found this out, which was kind of silly because I found this out watching a Transformers movie. But the movie Transformers Dark of the Moon, they used real life and made science fiction. And I didn't notice until the movie ended. I was like, that's real? But I didn't realize we stopped going to the moon in the 70s. I was like, oh, that's crazy. You always see ships going, you know, what it was like the $5 billion ship that blew up a couple months ago. They're like, oh, yeah, we're going to make another one. And but no one's going to the moon anymore. What's up with that, Purple? Why are we stopped going to the moon? Or did we ever even make it to the moon? Maybe we don't go to the moon because we never made it to the moon. So we can't get to the moon. And with the technology we have now, we just act like we don't have a reason to go back because we never made it and we can't. Like, I don't know.
So, because there's no profit, there's no money in going to the moon.
Okay.
You know, there's an amazing poem by Gil Scott Heron, great poet, activist, and if you ever want to listen to it, I don't play it because I don't want to trigger some people, but it is called Whitey on the Moon, and that's what I think about when we go to the moon.
Whitey on the Moon.
Oh, Whitey on the Moon, Gil Scott Heron. It's a great
poem.
poem.
Wow. Okay, now I definitely gotta hear
that. So anytime I hear about the moon, but yeah, there's no money in it. Doesn't have to pertain to what I just. It kind of does in a way, but because they found out that they can't make any money going to the moon.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? That's yeah, I mean, what would you be going there for, right? If the moon is desolate, there's nothing up there. Yeah, because if you already discovered it, right, there's no reason to rediscover it. If you can, because okay, first you would want to go somewhere to be the first or to discover it, right? But then after that, it's like, okay, so if we go again, like some people don't take the same vacation to the same place because you felt like you went already, right? So I guess if you can't make any money, what would be the point of going again? But I don't know. I guess in my head, I find like it's weird that we never went back since the 70s. And it's all that stuff of did we go, did we not go? There was a really cool video I played the other day. It was really short, but it was talking about the firmament, from the Bible. I don't want to get people started, but some people who believe in the flat earth, we ain't gonna say their names, but who knows, right? But the Bible talk about the firmament, that we're pretty much in the planet is encapsulated in a thing called a firmament, right? And the video was cool because the guy was like, why do you think when you look at it, when you look up, you see the moon, but it's still blue behind the moon, right? He was like, why do you get to see that sometimes? He was like, because the moon is inside the firmament. And he was like, and the sun is on the other side, because when you do or get a rainbow, it's like a reflect. It was kind of cool. But did you ever have conversation with people about flat earth and stuff like that?
I've seen conversation. I've never wanted to debate someone like that. But I've seen the debates of flat earthers. But yeah, but I would never personally debate on that.
Gotcha. You know what's crazy? I think I tried to click on that video and I think they said it's taken down. Oh, no, it's not. All right, I got to play it, Purple. Just because
do not play this. Cowboy, I'm telling you, do not play this thing on this. Do not play it right now. It's late. Okay. It's a lot deeper.
Fair enough.
Than the conversation.
It was just a pretty, like, the way the guy was explaining it, like why he believed it's true. And it wasn't really flat earth, but he was just talking about the firmament, because firmament could just pretty much be the ozone layer, but thicker. And so, he was trying to say why a rocket actually hasn't went outside, but it was like a minute long and it was just pretty deep. But all right, cool. I did play it the other day, but it was interesting. So anyway, we could take this down, and I just like to pull up some pictures when we discuss certain things. But Purple, so what are you up to next? What are you up to?
I gotta somehow try to get Mr. Urban World his birthday gift. So if he's out there, trying to contact him, get him that gift. But next I am trying to get back in the game. Been playing a little Pikmin here and there. And yeah, just taking it day by day as I approach the big 5-2.
Who, you?
Yeah.
Oh, stop. Listen. You see the look on my face? Nothing in my body believes that you made it to 5-0. All right. All right. You must have the best genes, the best DNA. You know how they say the RH negative people are weird? Maybe they didn't come to this planet. There's no evidence of how RH negative. I always hear Sandy talk about this because she's RH negative. And I'm like, man, shut the hell. Hey, Purple, you listen, you might have been walking around in those people's backyards if you in your 50s. So we're just gonna stop that right now. All right.
No, I'm not gonna say nothing, but if you ever see my mom, she has really good genes for sure.
Okay. I believe it. I mean, but I don't believe it. I don't believe you're in the 5-0s, But But did you know Mr. Urban World the other day, he made up this story. He was telling people for his birthday, you gave him $600. It was like, oh, for real? He was like, yeah, Purple gave me $600. That was really cool. It's like, man, that's really cool. I love to see people support like that. And he had people going for a minute. And he was like, nah, Purple didn't give me $600 for my birthday. I was like, yo, he's wild.
Oh my gosh. No, I've been busy. I was really close to buying a house here pretty soon. So
okay.
But
Purple, I'm so angry. Like, I'm not angry, but I don't know the next time I'm buying a house, but it's gonna be a very long time. I want to be a renter for a very long time. And I know people say you're throwing money out the window. Let me throw my money out the window. Because being a homeowner.
I don't know. I mean, I honestly, when you do the math, there's a point to where renting makes sense. I mean, to where buying makes sense, but there's a point to where it doesn't. Like there's a point to I do the math all the time, and willing for someone to I know that I run the numbers quite often, and I don't know, but I get the point. I get why people buy.
Right.
But if you don't necessarily need the property to raise a family, or you're not necessarily using it, that's just me.
After being a homeowner, since 2009, I bought my house with my ex-wife, and I always say this: the 3 reasons I would recommend somebody buy a house. 1, if it's your forever home, right? You found a place you love, you're gonna live and die in this house. Cool, do that. 2, because eventually you'll have it paid off, and all you'll pay is taxes. So that's smart, right? 2, if you're going to say, you know what, this is going to be the family home. We're going to live here. Then our kid's going to take it over. It's going to be that passed down home. Your kid's going to want to take it, or at least one of your kids. You're doing it because you want to give it to a child, right? So 1, it'll be your home, whether kids are not going to be there, but that's your home. 2, it's going to be in the family. And the 3rd one is just to make recoup some money, right? A return on investment, right? You find a good area, you find a decent house, you buy it, whether you live there or not, you could live there. And I watched my friend do this. He was 24 years old. And my friend Lamont used to be my best friend. And we met in 3rd grade. And so at the time, he was my best friend, right? And so I remember he bought a house in Trenton, New Jersey, mind you. And it was dope. He had it for 2 years, sold it, and made I want to say 25 grand on top of that at 24 years old. I was like, yo, that was cool, right? Watching him do that. So those are my 3 reasons I recommend somebody buy a house. So yeah, man, you got a family, blah, blah, blah. You want to make money. You want to, but outside of that, I'm just watching myself. Our biggest issue is, okay, we have bad pipes, and we knew that when I bought the house with my ex-wife. My neighbor told us, oh, the houses in this area has bad pipes that come from under the house to the sewer, right? Or under to the, under our house going out to the regular sewer, right? The township. And so I remember calling Roto-Rooter because we had a block, right? And it was nasty. Sewage would come up in the house, right? And they came out. They was like, oh yeah, we've been here a couple of times, And I was like, nah, I never called you. It was like, no, we've been to this house. Like, no, I just moved here. It was like, oh, well, it wasn't you. But I'm like, oh, so that my neighbor was right. This house was prone for that. So over the years, eventually I ended up buying. I used to rent that big snake, the big machine. And eventually I bought it off of my neighbor. He's like, dude, I sell you mine for $125. You keep renting it for $58 at Home Depot, blah, blah, blah. This happens every year. So now it's happened more frequently. And I'm like, dude, like his pipes collapsed. It cost him $6,000 to replace it. And not talking about the sidewalk, because that's another amount of money, right? And I'm just venting a little bit because I just went out there and snaked it one day, and then snaked it, and then it backed up again, and I snaked it the next day. Got another issue because now my crawl space floods. So I got a submergible pump that I throw in there, which is cool. I just throw it in there, and it eventually in like 5 hours is out. But just to explain, it's just not cool. So at the end of the day, I remember last winter, our water heater went, it was $16.89. It cost us, right? It's just stuff, right? We had a roof replaced 3 years ago, right? So I mean, a house is a house, right? It's great, it's a home, it's yours, but I'm about ready to I want a landlord. So when people are like, yo, when you move to Florida, you should rent your house, I'm like, bro, if I don't want to own a home, why I want to be a landlord? What? So, and I get it. Real estate is a great way to make extra income. It's amazing. It's great. But if you happen to have some people, the wrong tenants, man. So yeah, it's just.
It came back for like, I mean, I'm not saying not. I think it just depends. Like for me, all my disposable income like goes into like I invested in. So when I look at the return on investment, when I look at like, one thing I don't like is when you sell the house, you have to pay someone XYZ percentage. When you buy the house, you got to pay them XYZ percentage. I'm like, man, this is too many.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. And you know what's crazy? When we refinanced, we didn't get a lawyer, and I definitely got screwed. So I got screwed two ways. Like one, I didn't realize that they were putting so much money on the back end of my deal. And then two, they lied. So the reason why they got my mortgage to go down a few $100s because they didn't take out enough money and put it in my escrow. So it was less than a year that I refinanced and I had an escrow shortage. And I'm like, that's impossible. They was like, no, it's weird. So that even my mortgage was looking into it, and they was like, oh, they just didn't take out enough money in your escrow. So they purposely lowballed my number and made it low because they didn't take out enough money. So it's some dirty stuff, but then you spend a couple $100
at the end of the year, and you still got to come out of pocket and pay that.
Oh yeah, I had to pay it back.
Especially Jersey property taxes. God, gee, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So but yeah, so we'll see. It was going to be like a multi-family, bring Mama Haze up from Texas,
gotcha.
Type of deal. But
now, would you want to get it in New York? Well, you don't have to say, but you want to get it on the East Coast?
I was looking at Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, all for different.
Okay. So, and would she want to? How does she like Texas?
She likes Texas, but she wants to be by her children. Like my brother's up here now too, as well. So
okay, gotcha.
And so she's retired and stuff. But we'll see. I'm not. I also haven't really found the right home. But
right, like and when you find that one, then it's kind of saying to you a little bit. But when you just like, you don't want to just take anything, right? Because what comes.
The inventory is low right now. That's the whole thing. Inventory is low. So
I'm purple just today. We're looking, do you want to sell your house? I'm like, no, I'm thinking of next year. Got a letter in the mail with a picture, not a letter, a little postcard with a picture of my house on it. Scan the QR code and see how much we'll give you for it. I'm like, man, they are trying to buy houses like crazy, but they want to lowball the hell out you. Like my house, when I bought it, was a short sale. So the cool thing was I saved money. I bought it for $176. When I refinanced, I put like another 15 on it. That was just the craziest thing. But my ex-wife and I had a divorce. I had to refinance in order to get Sandy's name on it, or forget that I had to refinance to get her name off of it. I wanted to do assumption, but at the time I didn't have enough money, and there's no guarantee if that would have worked anyway. Blah blah blah. So anyway, so now I owe 143, right? So we got a lot of equity, right? A lot of equity because the value. Again, just going by Zillow, I didn't get it inspected, but the value is like 285, right? So let's just say they're wrong by 85 grand, right? But either way, the people that want to like, oh, we'll buy your house. When I scanned that thing, it was like, we'll give you 100,000 to 157. I was like, dude, stupid look on my face. But at the end of the day, they're just gonna give you cash, and you can walk away. You know what I mean? So
I care. No, it depends on what I hear it. Like, look, I'm not. Another thing is I just don't know enough about houses. Like if you know how to fix things yourself, you know what I mean, and you know all that, then you can save a lot of money. Like it's like me and
I'm not the handyman, Purple. Listen, I went to school for electrical wiring. I can mess with that stuff, but listen, we come out of pocket because I don't know how to fix all that stuff.
Exactly. So. It's the same. Like it's like I said, financial investments. Like I tell you everything about how to analyze the company, how to do all that. Like I can do that, so I save myself money. But I don't know that for houses. I don't know that for cars. So know something that can make you money. That's all. Can save you money.
Yeah. We're comfortable renting. Like we definitely want to go, and we're gonna rent. And we'll see, because the thing is, my stepdaughter might be the only one that come. But without really kids, like we don't have to be grounded, right? We could be like, yo, next year, let's just go move to somewhere else. You know what I mean? Unless you work at a job where you get up and go to every day, right? So it's cool where we're planning. Like the future for me is going to be exciting, and I'm looking forward to it. But we'll see. I got a lot of patience. We'll see. I just think selling our house is going to be the biggest headache, and that's the only thing I'm like, oh man, because trying, stuff we got to fix and this and that. And I want to just sell as is, but then there's some stuff that's probably bigger where like, no, before you sell, you can't just sell that as it is. That's got to be, that got to be like checked off as it's fine. And it's definitely these pipes and all that stuff. And we'll see. People are talking about houses in the thing. My man Seb.
Seb's got a good deal on his father's house. That's really good stuff. Running storms down there in Florida right now. You know
what? I just like warm weather. So I just like Florida. I used to live there. I used to live in Jacksonville in 99 and 2000. I feel like move wherever you want. When people like, when I mention, oh yeah, we're gonna move to Florida, people are like, oh my God, Santos, you're not worried? I'm like, bro, is Santos moving in my house? Is we gonna be tea buddies or something?
DeSantis or Santos?
How is his name said? I always thought people said Santos.
DeSantis.
Okay, well, I don't mess that up. Well, see, and that's how much I don't know anything about this guy. So that's how much of an impact he gonna make on my life. But no, I get it though. I feel like, listen, I think people should definitely do your research, right? Get an idea of where you want to go. But I think what's cool with us is a lot of people think of locations because of children. And so we won't have to worry about a school system. Like, you're like, oh, the school system's bad. But it's like, I ain't gonna have that problem. So you know what I mean? I just want to move somewhere that's warm year round, and the beach is at least 45 minutes away. And that's my first two prerequisites for moving.
Yeah, I think when you're retired, because like I'm not retiring in next year like you, but it's definitely it's definitely on the horizon for me. And I think it changed. You're not worried, like you said, like school district. You don't really worry about. You worry about stuff like cost of living.
Yeah.
Like, am I going to enjoy? Do I have stuff to do? Do I have a hospital? Do I have a pharmacy? So it's a different thing. So I'm definitely looking at that as well.
Yeah. I mean, life is what we make it. You make decisions. Well, I think that's the cool thing too, renting, right? So if I rent and be like, nah, this lease is up, we out of here, or we about to break this lease.
No, that's what I like too. I have a lot of I don't know. It goes back and forth. Like I said, I think if I were
Yeah.
to buy, it's got to be more. There's some other reasons. It's not purely financial. So
Right. Yeah, like even with cars, like I'm leasing my car now. Actually his was crazy, Purple. My car's supposed to go back September 3rd, and I got messed up, so I couldn't drive for a while. I got like 45,000 miles I gotta drive between now and not 45. Did I just say 45?
45,000, 4,500.
4,500.
I was like,
4,500 miles.
45,000. What type of lease was that?
Yeah, right. Like, hold up. Yeah. But my buddy who works for the Volkswagen dealership, he's a finance manager. He's like, you know what? Used cars are real expensive now, and we just seen
Yeah,
that
they are.
when we helped. Yeah, when my stepdaughter just bought her car, and it was like, damn. So this can't be like a couple years ago. I was like, I'm gonna buy a beater for $1,000. I went on Facebook. I found somebody selling the car for $1,000. Purple. I bought that car for $1,000. I made sure the mileage was low, but it was scratched and dented up, so they were selling it because it didn't look the greatest. I had that car for 2 years, Purple. So I made $1,000 last for 2 years, and then I ended up leasing this car. So I went to the dealership, and I'm like this. I said, listen, I went to the dealership. I was there for a couple hours looking at used, lease, brand new. They was like, what can we do to get you a car? I said, bro, give me a $200 car payment. I'll walk out here with anything. Because I'm not a car guy. So I just give me a $200 payment. So my payment right now is $215.70. So I plan on going back to the dealership because originally I said my next car would be the Camaro. I wanted a yellow and black Camaro, call it cocky yellow. But now used cars are too expensive and I don't want to buy a brand new Camaro. So I don't know. Maybe my buddy was like, maybe you should just buy your car because you'll be in a better position than somebody going in to get a brand new car or an old car or a used car. So I might just buy the car. But yeah, I have no, listen, I think it's your money, right? So if you want to lease, people are like, oh my God, you're done the lease. Bro, it's on you, right? You know, you only got that car for 3 years because I don't recommend leasing more than 3 years, right? You know, it's on you. You know, you got to give it back. Like your money should be your money if you make it right. You should be able to make a decision and stand on it, right? And the world could be like, oh, that was dumb. But you know what? I think it was good for me. And number one, it's my money, not yours. So it's not like I'm spending your money. I'm not wasting your money. I'm spending my money, right? So you know, it is what it is.
I hear you. Like I bought my car. My current car is at my mom's house. I bought it after I came back from my second deployment. She still has it. So and that was
Purple,
like
you trying to sell it? You just heard me say I would buy a used car.
No, she still has it. I'm not trying to sell it. That's the only one we got in the family. I'm about to try to buy another car. You know, because I want something to get to and from the office, but you know, I don't know. It's either a car or a watch, so
Yo, I ain't messing with you, Purple. Car or a watch. Or a PS5. I don't know. They make it better looking one.
It is. It's a car or watch. And I like watches more than I like cars.
Oh, okay. I used to be remember when since you claim to be a little bit older, remember when digital watches first came on the scene? Like, and I'm not talking about a smartwatch, digital watch.
Like we had like a calculator. You had a calculator on some of the watches. You're talking about
I was like, yo, that was the coolest thing to me. And then when they got the LCDs first came on the screen, where it was like the month, right? You only did a couple things. You could see the month and like the time, like the hand was digital.
Do you remember when they first like started getting it to where it had the light? Not like the actual, like it was like a white light. It wasn't like
where you could press a little button. You press a little button.
It was so like a little light.
Yeah, you thought you was cool? Hold up, let me look at my watch in the nighttime.
You know, that time in the watch community is considered the quartz crisis. Because like before then you had mechanical watches, and when digital watches came out, a lot of watchmakers went under just because they're like, oh, we don't need mechanicals anymore. So usually traditionally today, the watchmakers that have survived that are considered like your more luxury timepieces. But yeah. What are you talking about, Cowboy? I know this time. Like I'm telling you, I'm older.
Listen, I'm shocked. Like, what you talking about? Who told you about that? Like,
I'm actually
where you Where you getting your information from, Purple? Who's
I'm
feeding you this
fairly
information?
old. I'm telling you.
Like, hold up.
Um,
You gotta stop it with this.
let's say, did you own a brick phone, Cowboy? Where I only seen two. Yeah, like it's like a gray one, the off gray one with the white with the black antenna. I never owned it, but I knew what that was as far as a cell phone.
Yeah, but the flip phones?
Yeah.
Oh man, listen, let me tell you this, Purple. I remember my daughter's mom, she, God rest her soul, she passed away. I remember we was dating and I bought her a pink flip phone. And I remember we broke up and I put it on my back in the day you could get another line, but you still get another line. I was like, yo, give me my phone back. And she didn't want to give me my phone back. I was like, yo, I'm not playing with you. You're gonna give me my phone back. Like, yo, she tried to keep my phone. That was crazy. But yeah, it was a pink flip phone.
You can still get flip phones. You know that?
I mean, I'm sure you can. I just haven't seen nobody.
Last flip phone I had was in Korea, and it was actually one of my best phones. I think it do. I might still have it actually. Check it.
You know what? I still have a flip phone. Yo, next time I'm gonna put. Yeah, you know what's funny? I remember when I was dating my ex-wife and we was just dating. Damn, I feel like that wasn't that long ago. Like, hold up, it was flip phones and stuff. A flip phone back then. This was in I got married in 2009, so this must have been like 2007 or 2006. Yeah, I guess we still have flip phones back then, right? Because I got a black flip. Well, I guess I had it for longer than that, but I got a black flip phone. It's in my drawer. I was going through my drawer. Matter of fact, yesterday, dumb story. I dropped my deodorant. It fell behind my dresser. I thought I could just pull my drawer out, but the back of the dresser is fully closed, so I can't reach it. And I was going through my dresser. The top drawer I got every box for every phone. My wife was like, "Why you still got this stuff?" I'm like, "I don't know. I had a broken little thing. When we went on our honeymoon in Mexico. We went in this store and accidentally, I think she did it, wasn't me, but we knocked over. They got, in Mexico, they got this little, it's like a little skeleton dude. And he always got his hands like this or something like that.
Yeah.
And there's like, that's their little symbol or something. So we dropped it and it broke and they made us buy it. And I just seen it yesterday when I was looking through that thing. But yeah, I seen my black little flip phone. I'm gonna have to pull that out.
Yeah, I just actually pulled out one of mine. This is one of the ones I had in Korea. So
You gonna show it?
I don't have my face done and stuff up right now.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, like my, like I don't look like y'all mentioned. It takes me like that.
Okay, now I was gonna say next time you go live, you gotta do a show and tell, or next time maybe tomorrow.
I'll be around on the 4th. Yeah, I might do it on the 4th. I'll keep it out. I'll keep it on my desk so next time I go live.
Yeah.
Purple, where's your flip phone? And I'll show you this one from Korea.
You know what's funny though, when cell phones first came out, when it was when they got a little smaller, because I remember when they first came out, they was real big in the car phones and all that stuff. I never owned a cell phone in high school. Like, I was broke. So when I see like my wife was like, yeah, I had a cell phone in high school. I'm like, I couldn't afford a cell phone back when cell phones first came out. Like, so it's like funny when I see certain people had cell phones in high school. I'm like, yeah, not me.
No, we didn't have. I don't even think cell phones were around when I was in high school.
Yeah, and I'm gonna think about it. Oh yeah, maybe it wasn't. That was the thing.
I think in high school the thing was that was when answering machines were becoming a thing. Like with the tape.
Yeah.
You have to rewind it with the tape. Like, that was the big thing.
I never forget it. When I used to live in Florida, right? I remember, so I'm young and dumb, right? And I was living in Florida. I was in my early 20s, and they said they was having a hurricane coming, right? And I didn't know what that meant, right? We just moved to Florida, me and my roommate, me and this guy, we graduated from trade school, and we both drove to Florida because they had an apartment and a job waiting for us, right? So we get to Florida, and eventually the hurricane season come up, right? Or the hurricane came up. And so we're stupid as hell. People was evacuating. They was boarding stuff up. And we was like, what? On our answering machine, going back to the tape, we was like, oh my God, if you're calling us, we can't answer. We took it as a joke,
Oh my God.
It was so stupid. Yeah. And I remember recording that, you put it in, push your little tape down. Some people watching, like, ruining them. and Ronan, they probably like, what are they talking about? But
It
yeah,
was like, man.
that's funny. Ron said, catch me on Shades of Purple next Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Oh man.
Oh
This
man.
Thursday I'll be doing a community one, you know.
Oh, okay.
Kind of, you know, because I want to keep that going like once a month.
Yeah.
And it takes a little pressure off of trying to find someone. But yeah, that's going on this Thursday.
Well, I will be showing up. You know, if I could get my 5 minutes of fame.
Yeah, of course.
Be there.
Of course. We'll talk with, you know.
Let me see. I was 13 years old when I had my T-Mobile Samsung SGH. Yeah, I remember having you know what my favorite phones was? Toshiba. Yo, the Toshiba phones was my phones. Oh man, they looked cool and sleek. That was cool. Back in the day. All right, anyways. Let's see. Last thing. Let me see. I ride hurricanes. LOL. My parents just boarded up the windows. My house is built for flooding. The driveway is. Okay, yeah. So Ronan is down that way. FCAT said I lived through Alexander, Katrina, and Ida. Yeah, my man. So my man FCAT, he lived in Louisiana. Purple. That's some different territory down there.
We're right next door in Houston. Katrina hit. They all came over there and they didn't leave.
Like, yo, we found Texas. That's what we're saying.
You know, all New Orleans people came to Houston. They didn't leave.
That's funny.
But yeah.
Well, any last stuff, Purple? I might try to play Final Fantasy for like an hour before I watch wrestling. But any last words?
No, happy 4th of July for people, and if you are into if I don't see you on the next 2 weeks, happy Bastille Day for anybody who's coming from France. So
okay.
So yeah.
That's dope. Yeah, definitely. I gotta see what I'm gonna do tomorrow. My wife wants me to go to her friends, like they rent like this like pool and lake, and it's cool because I did a lot of Stadia when Doc always be like, Cowboy be streaming at the lake. Well, this is a place I went a lot. She wants us to go there tomorrow, but I can't really swim. Like I asked the doctor, he said nope. Because I went to I don't know if you know, Purple, but today I went back to the doctor for my 6-week check or 5-week checkup after surgery, and so he was shocked how high I could raise my arm. He was like, "Oh my God, man! Like I'm telling him, like, bro, I'm trying to get back. I'm gonna be walking on my hands again. Like if I had all this space, before I got injured, you guys would see some crazy stuff I used to do, but." So anyway, but I had like 9 questions. Actually, I recorded a video, so I'm gonna put that video out tonight. And he pretty much said no to like everything. So I can't run, I can't work out, I can't do like nothing. Still can't lift more than 5 pounds, blah blah blah. But my wife wants to go to this
Well, to make sure you get better, don't rush it, you know.
Yeah, that's true. But I just, like when I go to physical therapy, I just go in and and then I don't do as much when I'm not in physical therapy, but I still make sure I'm stretching. So I think I'm at a good pace. Like the doctor was shocked, right? He said, "Oh, when you come back," he told me this a month ago, right? When you come back, I'll be surprised if you could do this. So when I came back, I was like, "Bro, I was doing this on my 2nd week." He was like, "What?" So how high could you raise your hand? And today was a breakthrough. Today I was able to raise my hand the highest I could in physical therapy. So that was cool. But and then my physical therapist, she's like, "Yo, you're like out of all my clients, like you're the fastest person, like you're getting the most improvements." So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm definitely not trying to do anything crazy. Like long as they told me that like I'm at the point where it's mended, so I can't injure myself from like stretching. I can injure myself from like doing something crazy. That's why I can't work out. But he said, come back in a month. When I come back in a month later, then I might be able to do a bunch of the stuff on that list. But he just got to see where I'm at. So I'm definitely being careful, but I am diligent with trying to like, because I really do want to be walking on my hands again and some of the crazy stuff I did. And I got to get back there. But yeah. So anyway, but back to what I was saying. So tomorrow, my wife want to go to this thing, but I'm like, first of all, it hasn't even been that hot, so I feel like the water's gonna be cold, and I don't do cold water. And two, if I do get in the water, I can't even swim. I'm just gonna be standing there because I like to swim underwater, and like he was trying to explain, all of the motions, water is deceiving, very deceiving. Like the pressure feels like it's nothing, but it's more stronger than you think. So I'm not supposed to be. I can't lift more than 10 pounds. I mean, sorry, 5 pounds. But if I'm gonna be doing all of this, I can't. I'm not even supposed to do that. So I might not. I might just be home tomorrow by myself. I told her, look, you could go. I'll just stay home. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. But with that being said, Purple, thank you so much for coming on. This was cool. Yeah, this was like, we barely talked about gaming, so this was cool. We just chatting it up about aliens and the ocean and the moon.
Yeah, we talked about houses.
Yeah, like this was really cool for me because I really do like to talk about non-gaming as well as gaming. So, but with that being said, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Purple, can you do me the favors, the final closings for me?
The final closing, meaning I don't know your whole thing though.
Well, you just say whatever, and then at the end you say, and now your mama knows.
Oh, all right. Well, thank you for having me, Cowboy. Thanks, chat. Thanks for keeping it lively. But it's about that time because and now your mama knows.
I'll make you famous. Because I'm a cowboy! Oh, man!
And now your mama knows.
Bruce, unleash the baby god dragon!